steamers, and welcome to the Toad Probe again. It's tremendous to have the hungry beast again in the room. He's going to bare his fangs later on and savage our special guest. Our special guest, by the way, is Professor Prof Turney, climate science prof here at the University of New South Wales. We might get the ball rolling, Chris, by asking the relationship between the general public and science is at a very low ebb. A lot of people sending threatening emails around the place, death threats. I always think a death threat and science go hand in hand. What's causing this? What's driving this? And what can be done about it?
Yeah, that's a good one, HG. It's a big question at the moment. How much is our behaviour, our lifestyles affecting the climate of the planet? And a lot of the science think that actually driving cars, building houses, cutting down the rainforest is actually driving that, and some people don't.
Where do you stand on that issue?
Oh, look, the science is overwhelming. Our behaviour is changing the planet.
Well, I was going to say, what's the best way to threaten a climate scientist? A brick through the window or a burning tyre through the foyer?
Both are pretty good, actually.
And do you get threatened? Do people find out they dial up an email address for you in the system?
Yeah, emails are a corker. I've got a loony folder on email and it just all goes in there.
And are these, is there any wit about them? You know, we want to get you on a slow boat somewhere inside a rainwater tank with say a dead rabbit strapped to the bed flute and deadly brown taipan.
Not yet, but I suspect now I will.
Well, how do you deal with this though? This is
it's funny. There's two different types. There's the ones that are downright threatening and basically just accuse you of unethical behaviour, in it for all you can get, and there's others that genuinely are asking questions. Look, I don't understand this, and sometimes, only marginally, they will actually listen and go and find out. But a lot of the time, they've just made up their minds.
How much of your time is spent answering these queries?
Yeah, it's getting more and more significant, actually. It's taking up a lot more time, especially over here in Britain, less so, but over here more so.
Perhaps that's a long-term game plan of the denialist. Let's keep them answering these questions as we go. The planet will get warmer.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll be too busy to worry about climate change. They'll just be busy answering our questions.
That's right. Email is a curse.
Yeah. It is weird how it varies from around the world, though, doesn't it, this debate? In America, Canada and Australia, it's wound right up.
Yes.
Very exciting stages of, great death threats. In other parts of the world, especially Europe, they've accepted a lot of the things that you've been talking about.
And just moved on. I mean, in Europe, though, the original idea that greenhouse gases are driving the climate has been known for 120 years. So it's not new science at all.
And where does it stand in, say, the history of science? Obviously Galileo burst into the Prince's Palace at one point and shouted, "Eureka, you've got it all wrong. The Earth goes around the sun, not the other way around. We're not at the centre of the universe." Their sense of certainty went for a Burton, just dived into an abyss.
Yeah.
I mean, are we at that sort of point?
Actually, it's not a bad parallel. Probably quite close, actually, because up to the 60s, everyone just thought, well, generally, everyone thought the climate was pretty stable. You funny winters now and again, but there wasn't much change. It was only after the 60s that people started to realise that climate is a lot more sensitive than we ever thought. And that's going to cause a change in our behaviour. Was
that to coincide with the popularity of the bikini?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. It's an interesting idea. I'll write a paper to Nature on that one.
Also, from the 18th century on, if that's the age of the Enlightenment, I might have the wrong century there, the idea was that man could control nature.
Yeah.
That's taken a hell of a pounding.
Yeah, the road to victory.
That's taken a hell of a pounding.
Yeah, we've stepped back a bit. I hope we've stepped back. Not everyone has, though.
And what can be done about it, though? Because you spend all your time, obviously, answering questions, queries and so on. But is that all you can do, really? And it's a real finger in the dike operation.
Yeah, there's a big debate in the science community at the moment, how much we should be just talking about the science and stopping there, and then how much we should be talking about policy, and that's a difficult one, and people have got different views on it. But I think you can engage people, and the big thing is communicating to the public. This is great, we've got a few minutes here, but normally you get a journalist to phone you up and they want a one-sentence soundbite. And how do you sum that up, It's very difficult, and that's where most people are getting their science from.
Can you just go, "We're fucked"?
Well, that message of "we're all going to die" doesn't go down.
Right.
And I don't think we are.
Right. Well, following on from the beast's line of questioning, are you afraid?
Yeah, a little bit.
And is there a point where you think that, you can see the cliff sort of there and we're about here. Yeah. We wouldn't want to get too close because the rising sea level might crumble the cliff and then all of a sudden we're falling off. Is that what you...
Yeah, I'm a bit of an optimist as well, though. I think we can turn things round, but we just need to start behaving like that.
My colleague recently developed a climate rap.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Which was a way of trying to bridge this communication, talking to the people in their language.
Yes.
Do you think there should be more of that?
Why not? I think it's a great idea.
It was dope. I think
worked
that's what the
very
kids
well.
are saying. That's what the kids are saying. It actually got played at a climate change conference in Canada and apparently got a standing applause.
Oh,
So,
fantastic.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
In touch with the youth for today, aren't
Yeah, yeah. We're edgy and in your face. Maybe that's what climate scientists should be.
they? Yeah, maybe that's right.
Well, thanks for coming in today, Chris. Good luck with the process going forward, and let's hope you don't meet the same fate as, say, Copernicus. Sadly.
Or Professor Dumbledore.
Professor Dumbledore.
That would probably be a worse fate, yeah.
Or how about Plum in the billiard room?
With the candlestick and a carbon tax.
This has been the Toad Probe, right here with Professor Chris Turney and, of course, the hungry beast himself, Dan Ilic. See you next time.